Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to TEA minus 10 minutes with Shay, your favorite fractional chief operating officer. Now, what does that mean, chief operating officer, right? I'm actually a fractional chief operating officer because I work inside of more than one business, but there are seven figure, multiple six-figure, and six-figure businesses I work in day to day and week to week, managing their business management, the business itself, right? Managing the teams, managing all the problems, right? Managing the business growth. Operations is what I do, right? However, I have this mission of helping small business owners and entrepreneurs just like you to stop spinning your wheels, make sense of your business so that we get you to your first six figures in revenue, right? I want you to make money and create time freedom, okay? Make money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. That journey started in Belize. I lived in Mexico for 3 years, and for the past year, I've lived in the beef and tango capital of the world, Buenos Aires, Argentina. We're also now the World Cup champions. Go Messi number 10, right? So that's what my freedom looks like. I want you to have freedom the way your freedom looks like. That's my mission. And so having this broadcast go across different platforms is me fulfilling my mission because I come on here Monday through Thursday and give you transformational information for your business growth. Okay. Now, this week, what we're talking about is using content marketing as elbow grease to get more eyes on our offer. Okay. Content marketing. And in that, I'm talking about organic marketing, right? Because especially when we don't have the budget or the risk tolerance for paid advertising, right? That what is that? TV, radio, even paid social media ads, publications like magazines, right? When we don't use that, right? Anything that you're not willing to pay for, you got to put more work in, right? Because paying is a convenience; it gets you there quicker, is what it's supposed to do. And so when we don't pay, we have to use our elbow grease of content to get more eyes on our offer, right? Now, yesterday we talked about creating pillars. That means creating bigger pieces of content that we then chop down to smaller pieces, right? I talked about every time you hit the button to publish, that counts as a piece, right? So if I take a blog and I take a piece of that blog, oh, it's getting real loud out here now. I'm gonna have to leave out here. What are y'all doing? The city is waking up. The city is waking up. Okay, so if you take a big piece of content like a blog post, and you take pieces of that content, and you can put it out as quotes. You can put it out a paragraph at a time. You can put it out as excerpts, whatever you want to do. But it all came from that one blog post, and that blog post was the pillar content. If you do a long video and you pull out excerpts from the long video was the pillar content, and the little short videos that you pulled from it are the pieces, right? So every time you hit post, that's a piece. I want you to remember that, okay? So that's what we talked about on yesterday. On today, what I want to talk to you about is something you may not have thought about because it's something I hadn't thought about, and I'm about to double down on it. So I want to share it with you, okay? And that's the difference between short term and long term content, okay? Short term content is more of your social media posts, right? You post them and they really are only of value for so long, right? Especially if you're doing like a TikTok. I think TikTok, you have to post more than once daily, right? For that stuff to really last and for people to really see it as fresh and new content. Social media content is short term, okay? But you know what's long term? Evergreen content. And where do you put that? You put that on your own website as a blog post, right? And guess where else? YouTube. YouTube is not a social media platform. YouTube is a search engine. In fact, it's the second largest search engine in the world, right? The first is Google. And then guess what? YouTube is owned by Google. But when you put evergreen content or long term content on YouTube, it works for you year after year after year after year, right? So if you take the time to create content that is going to be of value, right, for long term, then it will keep working for you. I want you to think about when you search for things, right? And you find blog posts, right? And you find the YouTube episodes, and you look at how long ago the YouTube episode was, that YouTube episode could be relevant today, but be from 2 years, 1 year ago, right? And that's what we want. We want our content that we're putting out there to be good for a long time. So social media is great. But what's greater, I'm finding out, is having evergreen content that people find year after year. And it's still relevant, right? That's what we call it, evergreen. So I'm loving that. I'm going to double down on that. I want you guys to think about that. You need both. Let's be clear, right? You need fresh stuff that pops up every day, and you need that content, pillar content, right? That is going to be evergreen and that lives in places that when people search for an answer and you have the answer, your answer comes up. Okay. When people have a pain point and you have the solution to that pain point and you have written about it or you've videoed about it, it comes up. So, do you see the value of both the short term and the long term content? Okay. So, yes, I'm about to double down and change how I'm doing content just a little bit. So, I am already ahead of the game in that what I'm talking about right now is being streamed to YouTube Live. And this is considered evergreen content. However, I want to start creating content specifically for how people search. How will that rank me? Right? So I want you to think about it. I want you to apply it. Okay. And I want us all to grow our businesses with it. Okay. Now, tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, meet me right back here. We're going to go over the third thing I want to tell you about content, especially with us using it as elbow grease in lieu of paid content, right? Pay to play. If you're not paying to play, you still need organic content, even if you are. Okay. So this is still important. So I want you to think about these things, and I'm going to meet you right back here at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on tomorrow. But we talk about our third topic under content and that elbow grease that is organic content. But before I go, I want you to meet me in Mexico. Okay, I am actually moving back to Mexico at the top of next month. Okay, so at the top of the first week of April. However, you can join me in Mexico in September. Okay, I need you to go to shaycannon.com/retreat to get your details. But let me tell you one little thing. Okay, there are two things different about this retreat. Even though I'm going to help you to grow your business, we're going to rest. Okay, so I'm calling it rest. Hey, sis, good morning. We're calling it rest and revenue for a reason. We're going to rest and build that revenue. Okay, so that's the first thing that makes it different. The second thing that makes it different is because I lived there for 3 years and I will be back living there, I'm going to introduce you to some local flavor. Okay, some local flavor. So if you've been wanting to try to test out that digital nomad life, if you've been wanting to test out living in Mexico, I say come on to this retreat so I can show you this quaint little beach town that I have fallen in love with and that I'm going back to. Okay, don't say you weren't invited. This is right now the lowest the price is ever going to be. Is this early bird price, and this is the longest you will have to pay. So I say jump on it now. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you right back here in the morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, where we keep talking about content. Yes, it's rest and revenue. All right, guys. Meet you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.